Dude, it's already walking past me. It's already going past me. Fuck, it's hot out here this morning. I have my fucking morning motivation ready to go. I got my hat off. I got my shirt off. I had everything off because it's so fucking hot in the morning. And sometimes it bees like that. Let me scoot over because the sun's starting to evaporate. The other chick's in the other seat, and I'm here in front of Plaza de Toro, in front of Rosita, about to do the morning motivation and explain how everything has incongruencies and not everything is picture perfect and not everything is Barbie and not everything is exactly the way we want it to be. The couch can't be folded with the exact crease, you know, you know, jump off the bike. What are you doing? And it's just like, I've been ridden to holy hell this first week here in Spain, and I had to realize that there are people that spend all of their lives complaining, and it literally squeezes the joy out of every situation and your experience, and literally put too much salt or too much vinegar or too much of anything in with the situation. And that's what ended up happening. It's like, we like to talk shit, and I think as we talk shit, we forget that that's part of the ingredients that we're adding to our salad. It's a shit salad no matter how you slice it. You could look at someone else's life and say, oh, their salad isn't as shittier as mine, or at least they got bacon bits, and we could go on and on comparison, be living in a comparison world, but it doesn't make our world less incongruent or less of mistakes or mistakeless, if you want to put it that way. Every one of us is making decisions in the morning, what time you want to wake up, how you want to wake up, how do you want to start your rhythm of your life. And this morning my buddy was complaining already, and I was just like, man, I can't live this way. I can't live with the complaints in my mouth and the constant picking things apart. And then I realized that's how I used to be. I used to be that way. Nothing was ever good enough for me. I was such a snob, and I felt that as long as I was going into a nice restaurant and start complaining on the staff or bitching about what's not right and what's not working for you, then you end up ruining the whole meal. And that's what I felt like a ruined life would be like. Oh shit, they do have an opening here. I wonder if I could sneak in. Oh no, she's coming out. He's close. Yeah, he's locking it up. I was starting the morning motivation, and I thought the gate might be open, but he's locking it right now. Oh, the gates are closed. I should have walked in there this morning. It's all good. We're getting locked out. But now I'm in the shadows now, and it feels good, being able to get straight in the shadows and straighten myself out. And that's what I'm talking about in life is, knowing that mistakes are going to happen require us a buffer between it actually happening and that in that moment before it happens. I think we all know, like, if we put our hands on a hot stove, what will happen, right? And we all know what will happen when we disrespect somebody. We all know what will happen when we break some rules. Like, we're aware that there are rules out there. We're aware that when those things happen, certain reactions happen. We're not unaware of our fragility, right? Like, you fall off your bike, you're going to get hurt, and there's nothing that's going to save you. There's no mom, there's no prayer, there's no anything. You fall off your motorbike, you're down on the ground off your motorbike. And there's some facts to it. It's some facts to life. And I don't think we really gauge how much of a factual experience our energy is, how much we put into our lives and how much we experience. We gotta walk with the old ladies, walk with our friends, walk and talk every day. Walking isn't a decision. Drinking water is a decision. We start making decisions, and lo and behold, every decision has like a caveat. It has a bit of a responsibility to it. It has a hook, if you will. Me staying with my friend, the hook is I got to listen to him complain. If I stay with another friend, I got to live with his dirtiness. If I stay with another friend, I got to get kicked out in the morning and not even get to take a shower in Ireland. There's nothing perfect. At Saints Addiction, my motto is no one is perfect because I was raised with the last name Saint. I was brought up to think that I was supposed to be superior or perfect or have a blessed life. But even those with blessed lives have lost blessings. You know, we have lost lessons, we have lost learning, we have lost somehow in life. It kind of cuts it dry and quick to the bone, as they say, butcher terminology. It cuts quick to the bone that we aren't perfect human beings, and that the loves that we have will be lost, and that the lives that are around us could be gone, and that we could at any moment lose our focus in life. And it's like, yeah, life is bringing us a bunch of lessons and lemons and bumps in the road, and each one of us might be looking desperately for congruency or things to work out, and when we realize that that's not what life's about. I don't know if you can see the little hash line in my joint there. There's a little hash line right there. And that's what I had to come about this morning, was just like, I used to do that. My girlfriend would never be skinny enough. I remember one girl doing one of the talk shows. She said, I will find something about you that I don't like and write it into the sunset. And I was like, that used to be me. I would complain constantly, and I couldn't straighten out what I really meant. I couldn't straighten out that I wanted certain things perfect, and I couldn't figure out that people weren't perfect either. They're not going to do what I tell them to do, even though my father was a very big disciplinarian, and it was never enough. It was never right enough. Like, you can never be skinny enough. You can never be smart enough. These particular people will ride you into the sunset. And I started to realize it was a trigger for me. So I went up this morning, got away. I'm going to stay in this shade in the morning and do my morning motivation. It's near the Plaza de Torre. And that's just what it's going to have to be. What's up? And that's where I was at with it this morning, was to ask myself, what was I thinking? What was I thinking riding my friend Hamilton's ass when we were traveling and telling him, you're stepping on dogs and you're kicking pregnant cats and it's Christmas, and I was just riding his ass, and he too would get up early in the morning just to avoid me so he wouldn't have to hear me say shit to him. It's annoying. And now that I get a taste of my own medicine, I see how annoying I've been. I've seen how, this breeze feels good. I've seen how ridiculous my expectations have been. And that's want, and I go where I want. My expectations of how people should treat me, how they should respond, what's their form of clean, what's their form of organization, what's their form of being on time. I mean, if you want to look at it as an amalgamation, right? Let's take work, for example. At work, they have to give you paid time off, and they know there's paternity time, and they know that there's sick time, and they know that people aren't robots. They're going to have days off for their kids or their recital, or one weekend they need off because their family. We're more than our jobs. So when we become extremely particular, you got to realize you're more than just the person that you are, right? You are a being. And being a being means there's going to be mistakes. And that's what's so weird about it. We try to build these perfect lives. We want to wear the perfect outfit. We want to live in the perfect part of the... I think anybody does. That's the whole question, is there's no such thing as perfect. You look great. Yes. And it's just one of those things that most people should be able to say nice things to people, but then there's sometimes when people don't say nice things to people. I'm sure you've been in a convenience store where everybody got along. The other day I was there, and the ladies were talking to each other and easing with lady speak. Yes, girl, I see you carrying all those bags. It's a heavy, hot day. They were bringing brevity to the situation. And then there's sometimes when we bring difficulty to a situation. And I try to catch myself on that shit all the time. Like, damn, dude. You're being rude. And I've been rude before. I've been rude to people. I've been lost patience with people and lost my temper with people. And I too am admitting that. I'm admitting my flaws, that I kept, picking my ex apart, or picking situations apart, especially if I'm throwing an event. This has to be over here. This has to be chilled. This has to be perfect. Almost like a bridezilla. It's your day to be married, and yet you take entitlement to destroy everybody's experience. Does that make sense? To be able to destroy people's happiness, to build it and destroy it, is such a saints addiction thing. That by doing the cocaine, I wasn't increasing my happiness. I was decreasing my happiness. I was decreasing my wealth. I was decreasing my health. I wasn't being the happy individual that I can. Motivation show when you're trying to, well, I'm doing it. I'm getting up. I'm getting it, making my day. I'm staying away from the friend and staying away from the grumpiness and staying away from the complaining. I'm staying away from his hip, going to do my own things, finding some space so he can have the house to himself and not bitch. And I mean, if you're all by yourself, then you can only bitch by yourself. And that's what I'm feeling like he's doing in his head. He's bitching to himself, all the stress, the less money, the life stress. And I'm finding myself not wanting to be stressed, bro. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be money stressed. I don't want to be complaint stressed. I don't want to bitch about things that are fucking cool. And instead of being fucking cool, he has no chill. And I used to be that guy with no chill. And sometimes I think I am still that guy, just not chill at all. And that's something that I had to work on myself. I had to ask myself, man, where's your chill? And I asked my ex the same thing. I'm like, where's your happy? And can you find it? And that's the key to life, is finding it and making sure that you too can enjoy things, you know? And that's what I want to do. I want to be in enjoyment instead of in complaintment. And I don't know if that's a thing. Is complaintment a word? I doubt it, but you know, here I am talking about complaintment and ruining a good existing time because I couldn't find my happiness on time. And that's this conversation this morning is that's what we do. We end up being very rude to our lives instead of being great. Instead of looking at life and saying, fuck, at least I got my health, at least I got my friends, at least I got my life. Instead, we tend to bitch at our lives and say, oh man, we dread the bills, we dread the weather. I'm like, at least the sun's up. Somewhere there's shade, somewhere there's a fan, and keeps turning the fan off on me. And I'm like, yo, let me give you some money so we can keep this fan on, bro. You know, it's one of those things where I want to participate, and that's what ends up happening. Is that the only way to be a participator is by being active in your life. And that's what I wanted to have the conversation about, is this active way of thinking, this active way of looking for the gratitude, looking for the sunshine, looking for the out, because we're always looking for what's wrong. And we do that all the time. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. And in a sense, what are you? You are alive. You are a human being. You are in an experience. And most people, they'll bitch about their experience. And it's like, good or bad, it's still coming. So it's like the other day when we were out there in Finland and some drunk dude came up and started fucking with us at our table. It was like, yo, this dude's kind of ruined our time. We haven't seen each other in like 13 years. We want to talk to each other, not you. Now he was the fucking talk of the show. And we all got together. We were all downtown Finland. And then it became all about this dude and him getting arrested. And was it perfect? By no means was it perfect. It was annoying as fuck, but now it's a highlight in the show. It's like being in a situation and later you're like, remember when the taxi driver wouldn't take us? It now becomes a part of the story instead of a part of the complaint. And that's what I'm starting to say, is that our lives have both yin and yang. They both have a good and an evil, a protagonist and an antagonist. Each part of our lives have part of us in it. And that's what I was learning in it, is learning that it's not all perfect. You know, it's not all OCD. It has plenty of incongruencies. And that's our lives. We get old and then we finally get wealth. But then we don't have our health, but we have our experience. And when we're young, we have all our energy. And we have all of our happiness, and we have all of our youth. But the youth is wasted on the young because we don't know how to become and rearrange and become something new that we'll be able to see certain things that we do. Ooh, this gate's open, bro. I can make it when this guy leaves. I wonder if I should sneak into the fucking Plaza de Toro and get on the live. Check out that cool car. Yeah, bro. Look at that. And then they got the old guy that come from behind and take off. And maybe I can talk to him real quick. Let me see. I'll ask him. Los. Sir? Pardon. Any way I could just see it real quick? Cannot? No, entiendo nada. Can I look real quick?
No.
Cannot? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get in. He was like, no, you can't get in. I'm like, no, let me take a fucking quick look inside. I just want to go around. He's like, no, tengo nada, no, understand you. And that's our lives. Oh shit, some dude's coming in already. The opening of the gates is real, you know? Oh shit. Oh shit. Finally a jet that's not an F-16. If you know what I mean. I'm always trying to get in where I fit in. Or get in where I don't fit in. To sneak my ass in. That's what I was thinking about doing, but here's the Plaza de Toro. And that's all I wanted to talk about this morning is the way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we process and talk to others, and I've been keying in on that. Not being a part of my own detriment and my own negativity to my mind, but my ability to talk to myself correctly and to talk to others correctly would drastically change the outcome. Yesterday I got to take notes and listen and learn something new, learn this import-export business, learn about wholesale and retail, learn this process and who are the master distributors and where are the open markets and where I can make some income, and being able to be in the mode instead of being the I know mode, being in the I'm learning mode. And that's been truly transformative to me, that I'm like, I need to shut up and listen. Being able to get myself to shut up and listen, to pause for the cause, and pay attention. And that's all I'm talking about. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your heart rate. Pay attention to your vibe. Pay attention to your mood. It's all included. It's all part of the fucking plan. So we can get ourselves in alignment. I believe that our worlds would be in alignment. And that's the conversation I'm trying to have this morning. Is it comes from our thoughts. Our thoughts trigger our emotions trigger our behavior, and then we can only go back and go, oh, that's why I did that. I wanted to splurge. I wanted to complain. I wanted to bitch. And since I wanted to bitch, even though it was my wedding, or even though it's my relationship, or even though it's my house, I also make myself a bitch. You're being a bitch, and that's why we say bitch made. I don't want to be bitch made. I want to be happy made. I want to be make myself happy and make my brain work for me and make my life work for me, instead of me working against me, or my thoughts working against me, or my attitude working against me. The world is against us already. It's giving us things that cost money and making us work and making us do things that we wouldn't normally do. Why are we the type of person, or why do we sometimes act as it's okay to spread more of our negativity on top of it? I don't know. It's just something that I had to check on my. Let me bitch and moan about something till it gets done, or let me fucking keep talking shit, or let me keep being in a shit mood or attitude. Those are the things we have to have thinking about. Is like, why are we the detriment to us? Why are we the participant in the negativity? Why do we do things better? And that's the question of our lives, is to figure out ourselves and to get ourselves right and to make our worlds right around us, instead of being the person that makes everybody else, bitches about the weather, even though we all know it's hot. I remember one time we were doing a show for the Periscope, and all these Periscopers had got together, and we were stuck outside for a little bit, and one of them wouldn't shut up, and it's just like, stop, dude. You're making it worse. You're not helping. It's like the person you want to throw off the the um, the trail. You want to throw off the smell. You want to throw off the boat. Like a pirate, you got to walk the plank. The people that shut up can't seem to be in a better mood. Those are the people that gotta go, or you got to get away from, because it's so easy to bitch. It's so easy to push down, and it's easy to join misery. Misery just loves company. There's a bunch of people that would love to sit around and bitch about the sun, but it doesn't stop the sun from shining. Your downfalls be the reason you don't shine. Don't let your shortcomings be the reason that you can't find the upcomings. It's our mindset. Even if we're not perfect, even when we're not the perfect weight or the perfect weather, or things aren't perfect, that we can find happiness within ourselves, that we can find happiness within our situations. And they say character, not circumstance. It is our character over our circumstance. It's us against us. And that's the thing, to look in the mirror and go the man in the mirror moment and say, hey, maybe I can work on my attitude. I can't work on my perspective. And that's what I've been trying to get people to do, is to concentrate on what's happening instead of what's not happening, or appreciation instead of complication. It's something that's really hard to do, but when you're around someone that's in the mood, that they have worked on themselves and they have corrected their behavior, and they stopped bitching about shit, and they started appreciating life, and being able to be the type of person that is cool in traffic, the person that isn't honking their horns, the person that isn't yelling at other people, or having a short temper, or being stressed. There's people that'll be like, yeah, there is traffic, but there's also audiobooks, there's also music, there's also friends. Why not cruise with somebody? Why not carpool with somebody and share conversations, or let someone else drive, or enjoy, like I said, learn something, knowing that you're going to be in traffic for that long. Wouldn't it be nice to go see? There's my guy. I don't think he's locking it this time. If he's leaving, I'm getting in. I think for sure I'm getting in. So it's one of those things where you got to ask yourself, are you patient enough to appreciate what's going on, and to do the things that you need to do, instead of focusing on what's not happening or what's against you? And that's what I started to key in on myself. I started to key in what's happening for me instead of what's happening against me. And why am I so out of touch with, and rude, or being rude with myself or other people, and losing patience? I'm doing it. I'm the one causing the chaos. I'm the one choosing the path. I'm the one that's choosing the attitude. So if it's meant to be, then it's up to me. And that's what I started to realize. I had to realize that it's up to me to switch my attitude around. It's up to me to find a way around people that have bad attitudes. It's up to me to make my life what I want it to be. And that's when I really started having conversations with myself and saying, okay, Saint, not for nothing, you got to get your shit straight. You got to become the man that you wish to be, instead of this guy that complains about the way that it is. And that's what I'm a firm believer that it is. No, it's the way that you make it. A lot of people say it is what it is. It is what you make it. And I wanted to make my life a reality. I wanted to make it bright and shiny, instead of this complaining, gloomy experience that I constantly seem to be doing. I can't constantly seem to be bitching about how things aren't right, and finding myself sitting on the show talking about how these things don't work and that thing isn't working and this person's complaining, and an island. This is amazing weather. This is the summer, and it's wide open for me. So why am I not the type of guy to fucking want to go inside? And that's the conversation that I had to have with people, is to wait for these people to walk by now that this guy has drove by, and see if I can sneak into the experience. No lie. Oh shit, dude's buying a ticket. I'm glad I kind of waited. I kind of wanted to see what was going on in the end. I guess you can buy tickets already to the show. I can ask some questions too, you know. But yeah, I think they're watching it. Yeah, if there's someone in that spot, they're for sure watching the situation. And if I sneak in, I might be in a lot of trouble. I should have probably got in a lot earlier. Maybe she's distracted right now. Yeah, if she's over there, then I'm over here. Yeah, then I can maybe sneak in while she's having a conversation with that man. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get in real quick. Hold tight, hold tight. The boy's saying he's making it all right. Let me see if I can't get in real quick. Just real quick. Let me see if I can't. Oh, he locked it. No, he didn't lock it. He didn't lock it at all. Let me see. Did your boy say he's sneaking in? Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh my God, I'm in. I'm in. The guy was acting like a dick and said I couldn't be in here, and now I'm in here like swimwear looking at this place. I just wanted to see the Matador. I just wanted to see it for reals. And just real quick, Puerto de Palma. Oh my God, I'm in here. There's bathrooms, there's balconies, and then there's arenas. Oh my God, you guys. Your boy Saint is inside. No way. This is the Matador spot, y'all. This is the Matador spot. What the fuck? Oh my God. Check it out. Your boy Saint in the house. Wow. Wow, what a fucking cool ass view. Oeste, norte, este, sur. There's north, there's south, there's east, there's west. Oeste. How fucking cool is that? Your boy Saint. Is that not the morning motivation or what? Inside where bulls actually come to die or get killed, where things happen. Your boy Saint's inside here doing the damn thing, doing his illegal shit, and that's all I wanted was a photo, and now I'm in it. So let me get my ass out of here. I snuck in. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I knew that directly, and that's why I'm going in. Woo, indirectly. Your boy Saint did the damn thing. Someone took my spot, but that's okay. Come around and put the fucking gate up, and someone else is sitting in my spot, but the show is done. So that's it. Your boy Saint got in. I made my day. I got into the Plaza de Toros, and I fucking chilled the fuck out, and I did my show. And I got some excitement too. I can't believe I was actually in there where the bulls are actually die. Like, traumatic events happen inside of here, and traumatic events are going to happen in our lives, but we too have to survive. We got to make sure we're not stabbing swords inside of our own back. And if that's not enough explanation, I don't know what else is. Your boy Marky Saint. I got Coliseums to myself. Share, subscribe below. Be the type of person that makes their lives the reality that they want it to be. Mine. Peace, love, and as always, Chigaton. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. If you've been watching this vlog, you got to see the end and be like, what? You were in there? I was like, yeah, I was in there. Peace.